The first test match between the West Indies and New Zealand started yesterday, and we were all very anxious to see how it will spell, simply because of the fact that we had seen a poor display of cricket by the T20 players, and we were disappointed and probably felt a little bit uncomfortable with the fact that there's nobody down there who can come into the test team at this point in time. We gave the confidence to the batsmen. Of course, they didn't bat because the captain won the toss and he decided to bowl. Is that a good decision? I'm not quite sure, simply because of the fact that the West Indies seem to have a lot of confidence in their bowlers. I could accept that if they feel strongly about it. But are they really? When we looked at the New Zealand batsmen, who are there all the time, they live in New Zealand, they play on that wicket all the time, and they started very carefully. They were a slow run up to the game. They were getting singles. They had four, but they were building and building and building. On the other hand, I was not impressed with some of the bowlers, simply because of the fact that they were not bowling the ball at the stumps. They were going outside the off stump, outside the leg stump. Some of them bowling no balls, and we saw a little bit of moderate type of fast bowling. I was not impressed this time with Akima Roach. He's normally a very, very good bowler, but his length and line good, but his direction not very good. He was not able to win the task of getting anybody out anywhere along the line. Gabriel was a lot better, very quick, and he came off the edge of a few the batters, but you know what? The wicketkeeper dropped them, and this was disappointing, simply because of the fact it brought us to the point. How did he get into the team in the first place? We looked at him a few months ago, and they said, well, he gets the edge because of batting. Yeah, he was hit in the head, and since that time he was a little bit uncomfortable in terms of what he was doing in batting, and it began to show itself up in fair and when he was keeping wickets, because the ball went to him on two different occasions, dropped it. He confused Darren Bravo for one which was going between, not realizing that the goalkeeper on the right hand side, he has got to go for the ball. He's got to go. He's got the gloves on and everything else. As we went along, we realized that these bowlers were not as penetrative as we thought they are. I thought the best of them was Alzari Joseph. He was doing quite well, keeping the ball on the stumps, bowling. And when I say keeping it on the stumps, a lot better than some of the others, because there was a statistic that showed visually on the screen indicating that out of the first 60 balls, 7 would have hit the wicket. That is a tremendous kind of record to have as 4 fast bowlers. The other thing is, if it's not working for you, skipper, why don't you use Chase? Chase is an off spinner. He's not a wrist spinner, he's an off spinner. On a wicket with grass, you could expect it to skid. You can expect the one that hits there with the seam to turn. Why didn't you use him early on? If these guys are waiting and waking and taking singles and doing everything else, give them a little bit to look at the ball coming up and down, not this time shooting off the pitch. Nothing like that was thought about. And you know what? They ended up at 200 odd for 2. This is a disappointing display for this team, if only because of the fact of their choices that they have done this. The captain should have thought a little bit more. If you're going to go to play a team, you don't have to say, oh, my bowlers are good. No, who are you comparing them with? Are you comparing them with somebody? You cannot afford to do that. You've got to take your chances, and take the chance when the batting is on the first day of the match. The balls as predictable as they come. They have not destroyed the thinking of any of the opposing batsmen. And because of this, they can stay there and get runs and get runs and get runs. 260 odd for 2. That's abominable as far as the West Indies was concerned. It was not a good day's cricket. Let's hope that we can see some bit of improvement today. Restrict the run rate, yes, but get the wickets. I would think, again, as I make the point, Ruston Chase is a useful bowler. He varies well. He uses the width well. He does everything reasonably well. I'm not saying he's a great bowler, But I'm saying that he's a good bowler. When you get a batsman thinking of the speed, and all of a sudden they start seeing the ball coming up from there, they start seeing it seaming just a little bit. Sometimes it looks as though it's seaming, but the grass will make it go through and get a wicket. But you've got to invest it. It was not a good day for the West Indies. It's going to start tonight. We're going to what again and stay. After discussion, Philip Simmons might have seen a few of these things and they would have reacted today. We're going to look at it and see how it plays out.